Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources. Updating daily noontime New York City.
Wall Street Journal Markets. July 22, 11:16 America New York, the force that can lift stocks but wreck you. Single stock ETFs from AXS offer exposure to one stock at a time, but 3,700 years of history show the risks of betting with other people's money. Wall Street Journal Markets.
July 22, 11:13 America New York, Russia-Ukraine grain deal won't translate into big exports immediately. The agreement between Moscow and Kyiv to allow for the export of Ukrainian grain is helping push global prices lower, but it won't translate into a slug of new exports soon.
Global economy.
July 22, 11:07 America New York, markets will test the ECB's resolve. With inflation high, Lagarde does not have the same leeway as Draghi.
Marginal revolution.
July 22, 10:43 America New York, Friday assorted links. 1. China policy. An early career guide. 2. Luxism is everywhere. 3. Labour call for UK supply-side progressivism. 4. David Goska on Brasilia. 5. What is the coffin money for Russian soldiers? Supply curves slope upwards. Global economy.
July 22, 10:29 America New York, Russia and Ukraine sign grain deal to avert global food crisis. Two sides agree, de facto ceasefire, to allow cargo ships to collect millions of tons of grain from Ukrainian ports.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
July 22, 10:20 America New York, Russia, Ukraine clear way for grain exports to resume. Moscow and Kyiv agreed to resume exports of millions of tons of Ukrainian grain via the Black Sea for the first time since the Russian invasion, a deal aimed at freeing up vital supplies amid fears of a global food crisis.
Daily FX Market News.
July 22, 10:02 America New York, U.S. business activity shrinks, heightening recession fears, July composite PMI at 47.5. U.S. business activity fell into contraction territory this month for the first time since the COVID-19-induced lockdowns, a sign that the economy may be headed for a hard landing.
Daily FX Market News.
July 22, 9:39 America New York, DAX 40 latest, bouncing higher, brushes off manufacturing slump. DAX 40 bounces higher as weak PMIs fail to dent sentiment.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
July 22, 9:28 America New York, Russia's central bank slashes rates, sees smaller hit from sanctions. The central bank said it expects the Russian economy to contract less sharply than it did when Western sanctions were first imposed in response to the invasion of Ukraine.
New York Times Business.
July 22, 9 o'clock America New York, the markets and economy are reaching a fork in the road. Amid rising inflation and the threat of recession, corporate earnings are coming under pressure.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
July 22, 9 o'clock America New York, the world is thirsty for America's natural gas. A global race among U.S. allies to secure American gas exports is testing the country's ability to meet fast-growing demand.
BBC News Business.
July 22, 8:55 America New York, Twitter spent $33 million in 3 months on Musk deal. The social network also reported losses in its latest financial figures.
Wall Street Journal Markets.
July 22, 8:39 America New York, California town ravaged by wildfire warns of municipal bond default. Paradise, the town destroyed by the 2018 Camp Fire, says it is near a debt default, heightening municipal bond investors' concerns over how warming planet is adding risk to their $4 trillion market. New York Times Business.
July 22, 8:38 America New York, Amazon acquires One Medical in push into healthcare. The internet giant acquired One Medical, a national chain of primary care clinics, for $3.9 billion, now delivering diagnoses.
New York Times Business.
July 22, 8:35 America New York, Twitter's revenue falls as it struggles to draw advertisers. Amid a legal battle with Elon Musk, the social media company swung to a loss in the second quarter. Twitter's headquarters in San Francisco.
BBC News Business.
July 22, 8:08 America New York, British Airways staff call off Heathrow strike action after new pay offer. Hundreds of staff at Heathrow were set to strike over the busy summer holiday period.
Daily FX market news.
July 22, 8:05 America New York, USD, ZAR price forecast. SARB hikes by 75 bps, Rand strengthens. Yesterday the South African Reserve Bank voted to raise the interest rate by 75 bits per second after June inflation surged to 7.4%. ZAR attempts to claw back mass losses.
Global economy.
July 22, 7:57 America New York, the Fed must emulate the tactics of Volcker's fight against inflation. Jay Powell mirrors the former Fed chair's bravery but not his methods.
BBC News Business.
July 22, 7 o'clock America New York, cyber attacks on Port of Los Angeles have doubled since pandemic. The threats to the Port of Los Angeles are believed to come mainly from Europe and Russia.
Armstrong Economics. July 22, 6:55 America New York, China banking crisis and the unsuspecting world. While authorities have accused a private financial group of misleading members of the public with promises of high-return wealth management products, what is not being said publicly is the fact that the rise in the dollar is a significant factor undermining emerging markets in which China participated.